Hello dear viewers, a very warm welcome to our channel. It's very good to have you here. In this video, we are going to have a look at why your engine hits low RPM power or why it hits engine lagging. This is an excellent topic because lagging an engine is a habit that can silently cause significant damage over time. Let's begin by answering what is lagging. Lagging is when you demand high power from your engine by pressing the accelerator pedal deeply while it is operating at a very low RPM, typically in high gear. A classic example is, for example, let's say you are driving at 35 miles per hour in fifth gear, and then you need to speed up, but instead of downshifting to third or fourth gear, you just press the gas pedal to the floor. Now the engine struggles, it vibrates and makes deep, labored groan sound that is called lagging. So when the engine is groaning, that is lagging. It's like trying to start pedaling a 10-speed bicycle while you are in the highest gear. It's incredibly difficult, puts immense strain on your knees, just like the engine's connecting rod and bearings are stressed out and you can barely get it moving. So that is what lagging is. Now, to understand what lagging is you need to understand the two main forces inside an engine. One is pressure from the combustion, the other one is inertia. The pressure from the combustion is the force that pushes the piston down. Now, inertia is the force that keeps the rotating assembly such as crankshaft, connecting rod, flywheels, pistons, all those moving smoothly. At low RPM, the inertia is low. The engine's rotating parts are moving slowly. Now, when you demand high power at this low speed, you create a massive sudden spike in combustion pressure that the weak inertia can't smoothly counteract. Now, this will have damaging consequences on your engine. What are some of the damaging consequences that happen during lagging? Number one, extreme bearing stress. This is the number one killer. The connecting rod bearings are thin layers of soft metal that cushion the connection between the rod and the crankshaft. The force of combustion is transmitted through this bearing. Now, under high load and low RPM, the combustion pressure is immense, trying to force the connecting rod away from the crankshaft with incredible force. This can collapse the thin oil film that separates them, leading to metal on metal contact. And what will that result? That will result in worn, spun, or destroyed bearing. This is one of the most expensive internal engine repair because you have to take apart the engine in order to replace bearings. The other consequences, you will have pre-ignition and detonation. You will have engine knocking. Now, when the piston is struggling to move down on the power stroke, the air-fuel mixture is under extreme pressure and heat for a longer than normal duration. This can cause the mixture to ignite spontaneously from hot spots, which can cause pre-ignition, or explode erratically, which is called detonation, instead of burning in a controlled flame front. What will this result in? This creates violent hammer-like pressure spikes that can punch holes in pistons, blow out head gaskets, and break piston rings. The pinging or knocking sound you hear is literally shockwave damaging your cylinders. The third consequence is you will have poor oil pressure and poor lubrication. Oil pressure is directly related to engine RPM. At low RPM, oil pressure is at its lowest. High load demands maximum lubrication for stressed components like bearings, but the oil pump isn't spinning fast enough to provide it. What will that result? That will result in components to starve of oil under the most demanding conditions, accelerating wear. And the other consequence is lagging will strain on the entire drive line. The engine isn't the only thing that suffers. The shock load is transmitted through the clutch or torque converter. If it is an automatic transmission, then it will go to the transmission and to the drive shaft. That will result in increased wear on transmission gears, clutch components, and motor mounts as well. Now, how do you identify lagging? You don't need a tachometer to know you are lagging. Use your senses. The engine will make deep, low frequency groaning or rumbling sound. You might also hear a distinct pinging or knocking sound. This is what you can identify by hearing. You can also have something that you can identify by feeling. The car will vibrate or it starts shuddering. Lack of response. As you press the gas, the car doesn't accelerate smoothly. It feels labored or sluggish. In some modern cars, the ECU will cut power and you will feel jerky, sluggish sensation as the engine tries to protect itself. Now, how can you avoid this very damaging lagging? There is a simple rule that needs to be followed. Downshift before you accelerate. That's it. If you are driving a manual transmission, if you need to pass someone or climb a hill, downshift to a gear that puts the engine in its power band, usually about 2000 RPM for most non-turbo gasoline engines, and often higher for turbocharged or diesel engines. Automatic transmission. Most modern automatic cars are smart enough to downshift for you if you press the accelerator firmly. However, if you are using the manual mode on automatic transmission vehicle, then it's up to you to downshift. If you feel the car struggles, manually select lower gear. A good rule of thumb is that if you press the accelerator more than halfway and the car doesn't respond with a smooth immediate acceleration, then you are likely in too high a gear. So downshift. Many modern small displacement turbo engines are designed to produce peak torque at very low engine speed, around 1500 to 1700 RPM. While they are engineered to handle this better, the fundamental physics still applies. It is still poor practice to floor the throttle at 1200 RPM in 6th gear. It's much kinder to the engine to downshift and let it spin more freely, even if it doesn't immediately sound or feel like it is struggling. So the bottom line is, lagging is very destructive. It is high load plus low engine RPM. It causes destructive forces like detonation and extreme bearing load. It starves the engine of oil when it needed it the most, and the fix is very simple. Downshift. Let the engine spin more freely to produce power efficiently and safely. Your engine loves to breathe. Lagging is essentially suffocating it under a heavy load. Treat it to a downshift and it will reward you with longevity and better performance. Well, viewers, that is all we have for you regarding lagging, why your car hits low RPM power. If you find this video helpful and if you enjoy what has been presented, don't forget to smash the like button. If you are new to this channel, do consider subscribing, turn on notifications so that you will be notified whenever we come up with automotive related videos of this kind. Until then, stay safe.